Any strategy that you follow, it is bound to give you some level of underperformance at certain times, and that is your test time. Alright guys, you know that every single month we give you update about our portfolio, whatever we have bought or whatever we have sold, and how exactly our portfolio has performed over the month. In this video, we are going to do something different. Today, we are going to show you how exactly our portfolio has performed for the last 1 week sell up that market has seen. Guys, many of our followers have asked this question that what has happened in the two stocks that we have owned, especially Divis Lab and Dr. Lal Pathlab. In this video, we are going to show you what exactly happened because of the two stocks, the impact that our portfolio has taken because of the sell-off. Now guys, this video is very important because what happens, many of the retail investors, they set a portfolio, and then what happens during the market sell-off, when the portfolio underperforms, they get panicked and they keep trying new and new strategy. So what happens in this process that you cannot hold one single portfolio strategy and keep it going for a long time. Any strategy that you follow, it is bound to give you some level of underperformance at certain times, and that is your test time. If you can understand and keep your confidence intact, you probably will see the result in the long term. So guys, this is a video for the long-term investor, and we will show you what we are doing because of the recent underperformance that our portfolio has generated. Without wasting any time, let us start. Guys, at first, let us look at the return profile of Divis Lab over 1 week, 1 month and last 6 months. In last 5 days, the stock is down by 9%. In last 1 month, the stock is down by almost 6.5%, and the last 6 months, the stock is down by 13%. Guys, as you can see, there has been a consistent pressure on the share price of Divis Lab for last 6 months. Now we will see what is the major concern for Divis Lab that the investors see at the current moment. There is an article in the Business Standard which says the Pfizer oral COVID-19 drug may hit the revenue of the Divis Lab. This is one of the article which has been published in November 8. After that, if you see, the share price has been consistently dropping from 5,228 rupees to 4,189 rupees. Guys, this is a fall of almost 14%. Now, before we understand the fall, let us understand the backdrop of Divis Labs. To understand why share price has been consistently going down after November, we need to understand why in the first place it went up. Now, probably you have heard the global innovator company Merck. Now, Merck company has come up with a COVID-19 oral drug which was approved by UK first. When the news was published, the market participant already understood that there exists a really high trigger for the earning growth. Later on, when this article actually came for the Pfizer is another global innovator company who also has developed COVID-19 oral drug. Now the oral COVID-19 drug that has been approved by Pfizer also had shown a really high efficacy. Now think this way, there are two companies, Merck who has come up with oral COVID-19 drug, and Divis was the primary API supplier, and then Pfizer also came up with the similar type of drug which also has shown a really high efficacy. So you can understand the dominance of the Merck COVID-19 oral drug will not be as much as the market participant expected before, and that means it's a bad news. So you can understand from this article, Pfizer oral COVID-19 drug may hit the revenue of the Divis Lab. Now guys, this is one of the major trigger for the negative sentiment that the Divis Lab has created because of the molnupiravir COVID-19 oral drug. Now guys, it is just not that. If you have checked the API companies, the result in the last quarter, you will see there is a consistent pressure on their profit margin. And this pressure is because of the raw material price hike. So because of the raw material price hike, the API company, they are not able to immediately pass on the price hike to their customer, and because of that their margin is certainly contracting. But if you see the Divis Lab last con call or last quarter result, you will see Divis has maintained their profit margin to the previous level. The reason being, Divis has started working back integrating their process couple of quarters back, which has yielded the result now. Now moving forward, the market participants expect that Divis will also show their margin contraction, which will also slow down their profit growth in the future. So you can understand the first negative sentiment Divis Lab has got is COVID-19 oral drug that has been approved by Pfizer, and Divis is the supplier of Merck, and the second one on the raw material price hike that the margin may remain under pressure that can happen in the coming quarter. Accordingly, the market has given a negative sentiment, and you can see the stock has been consistently dropping from its peak. And also one more important thing, this margin contraction is just not for API. If you see any other API company, you will see there is a consistent drop in the profit margin. You will also see that the share price is a little bit under pressure. Now for the Divis lab, the pressure could be a little bit higher because Divis is a high flyer stock. There are a lot of positive expectation from the stock. When we see any high PE stock, if there is a little bit of negative sentiment, what happens that the market actually corrects for that stock at a very high extent. Probably this is what happened with Divis lab. We actually do not know how long the sell-off will continue. We own the stock and we continue to own the stock for the long horizon. Guys, now let us talk about Dr. Lal Path. If we check the share price of Dr. Lal Path for last 1 week, 1 month and 6 months, we see similar level of drop. Here we see the last week, Dr. Lal Path lab has fallen 16%, last 1 month 13%, and last 6 months it has fallen around 15%. Now it is really difficult to say why the share has fallen, but let us try to understand, is there any earning related issue for Dr. Lal Path? Let us go to the last investor presentation published by Dr. Lal Path. Here we see the revenue of Dr. Lal Path over the last couple of quarters. Guys, here you see the split of the COVID and non-COVID related tests that Dr. Lal has done. If we check carefully for different quarters, we can check the split of the COVID and non-COVID. They have given a separate split. For example, what you see in the blue color, which is non-COVID related in this zone. So if you check for the last financial year, you see there is a consistent increase in the COVID related test and the revenue contribution came higher on that front. If you see the Q1 and Q2 of this financial year, we see the first quarter, the COVID related revenue was actually higher, but in the last quarter, we see there is a sudden drop in the COVID related revenue that Dr. Lal Path has earned. Now in the last quarter gone by, we have known that there was not much COVID related issue, so you can expect that there is less number of COVID tests being done by Dr. Lal Path, and because of that the revenue contribution by COVID related test will be much lower as compared to the previous quarters gone by. Now guys, this is just an expectation. We have to wait and see what happens in the recent quarter result when it get published. We have to wait for that. But market is a continuous discounting machine. It has already factored this information and probably has corrected the stock in that way. This could be one of the reasons why this stock has corrected. Now guys, just like Divis lab, Dr. Lal Path lab is also high PE stock. As I said, if there is any negative development that comes up in the revenue or the earning related to the company, price of the share actually corrects heavily. How long this will continue, nobody knows, and we will not dare to predict that. What we can do, we can understand the core business which has been going fine. We see no concern, so we hold this to business in our portfolio. Now guys, let us talk about our portfolio performance and what happened because of the sell-off that we have seen in Divis lab and Dr. Lal Path. We have already published in portfolio update video on 1st Jan. Right now when we are recording this video, this is 23rd Jan when the market is. In last 23 days, we will see how much our portfolio has corrected because of the movement of these two stocks. This was the last status when we recorded our last portfolio update. At that time, we have seen Nifty 50 has changed 12.4%. Right now when we see the Nifty is at 14.1%. That means in this 23 days, the Nifty has actually gained 2.1%. But if we see the portfolio, our portfolio previously it was 11.7%. Right now we see it is 6.4%. Just not that. If we just check alpha of the portfolio when we recorded our last video, it was close to 0.7. Moving forward, we see alpha is 7.7. This is a huge underperformance, guys. If we compare all the shares that we have in our portfolio, how much percentage that has actually moved, we will see there are 3 major stock which has contributed to the negative alpha that we see at the current juncture. The name of the stock, as you can guess, Divis Lab, Dr. Lal Path, and also PI Industries. Guys, here is the important thing. The portfolio that we have built, we are holding high quality stocks here. All those companies that we own, these companies has a solid ROCE, which is return on capital employed. Guys, this company are really good if we give good amount of time. Now what happens in the meantime, there will be a lot of corrections, there will be a lot of sentiment, and because of that, a lot of stock will be corrected. What we need to realize is these are very regular stuff in equity market. We do not need to get panicked. We just need to stay put. This kind of share price movement happens very often, and if we give good amount of time, all the small corrections in the long term, it will look like small ups and downs, nothing else. So we remain confident. We do not do anything with our own portfolio. We sit tight and let the company compound. Guys, this portfolio remain online all the time. The link is given in the description box. You can check how exactly the alpha is and how different companies in our portfolio are performing live when the market is open. The link is in the description box. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you up soon with a new video. Until then, take care. Bye.